What's going on, everybody? We're back in the garage. It's Saturday. We have a goal. Come Monday, we want to primer this engine bay. I want to shoot some primer on this engine bay. I'm gonna be leaving next Monday or Sunday, so in about a week. So I'd like to get some primer on this because I'll be gone for a few weeks, and I don't want all the bare metal sitting without some kind of coating on it. But it's a mess. It needs washed. It needs prepped. It's just nowhere near it. So today we're trying to finish the last minute few things and then just start kind of cleaning and scuffing and prepping the engine bay for some primer. Basically, I've made a mistake, and I'm not on a high horse or anything like that. I will admit my mistake. So you know what my mistake is? My mistake, I tried to remove some bolts out of a 26-year-old car, or however old this thing is, and they broke. So, yeah. My bad. But right here, down here, those brackets that go for the headlights, I tried to remove them, and the bolt here and the bolt there broke. I tried drilling them out. It's not going to work. So, yeah, I'm just going to weld them back on. I don't know what else to do. I'm not really going to sit here and try to dick with getting these broken bolts out and stuff. I'm just going to bolt them back up, and I'm just going to weld them back on. I mean, whatever. Send it, right? Race car. I don't really see the point in having them removable, and I can always grind the welds off. I'm not really worried about it. I don't see myself having to take the headlight brackets back off anytime soon. So yeah, I should have just left them on. I just was like, oh, I'll just take them off because then I can prep them up, and it'll be easier and it'll come out nicer, and blah blah blah, all these excuses of creating more work for me. I don't know why I do it. I should have just left them on there and just said screw it and just painted over it. But whatever. It's too late now. They're sitting on the floor over here on this tire. So yeah, I'm probably going to at least, clean up the area where they go, and then I'm just going to weld them back on. Whatever. But yeah, so we did that. Also, we have to stitch weld this lower frame rail. We have to wire brush the seam sealer and stitch weld this wheel well frame rail area here. And then pretty much the rest is, if you could just see, it's just coated with crap from grinding and whatnot, and it is nasty. So we're gonna start scuffing the engine bay and trying to hit spots like this. I got some converter stuff that's meant to convert rust to black primer from Duplicolor. We're gonna give it a shot in these hard to reach areas where I can't really clean up and there's some rust. So I'm just gonna wire brush them up as good as I can, and then I'm just gonna spray some of this converter stuff on it, see how it works, and then I'm basically gonna be painting the whole engine bay with primer and stuff. So yeah, that's my goal for all these areas that are just like got some rust and stuff like this, and up in here and stuff where there's some surface rust and everything. We're just going to wire brush them up and then spray it with the converter primer stuff. See if it works. Hopefully it does. If not, who gives a shit? It's still gonna get painted. It's still gonna look a lot better. And at least there's no more big holes and everything like that. Actually, I lied. I lied when I said there's no more big holes, because we have some really big holes now. Boom! But either way, there's no more rust holes in the engine bay. No more big rust holes in the engine bay. But we got some gapers, man. We got some gapers. She's there. We can get some mad tire up in there and not have to worry about rubbing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just gonna go ahead and wire brush some stuff up and clean some stuff up, and then we'll do some welding, do a couple stitches and stuff like that, and then it's just gonna be more prepping for paint. I don't see the point in cleaning it yet, as in like washing it and this and that. I'm just gonna start scuffing it, and because a lot of stuff doesn't just come off with soap and a rag. It needs scraped off. So I'm gonna get my worst scruff pad, the dirtiest one I have, and I'm just gonna start using that to try to get all this tar stuff, like this yellowy crap and everything, and this glue crap up here. I'm gonna use that to try to get the most of this, and then I'll hit it with some soap and water and stuff like that when I'm more ready to actually shoot. I don't have my heater right now. I let my father-in-law borrow it, so I'll wait to use water and stuff, because I really don't want to get water all over the fresh sheet metal and not have my heater there to dry it up really quick, because I'm not trying to get it rusty. So I'm gonna wait to actually wash until maybe tomorrow, if we actually make some progress. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this all set up so I can get some welding done. So yeah, stay tuned. So guys, I've been grinding away and everything like that, and I've made some progress and everything, so we're pretty much to the point where I can go ahead and finish stitch welding the frame rail seams, and then pretty much it's just going to be cleaning, scuffing, and prepping. So, as you can see here, I pretty much have just went around and ground down as many of the little rust areas I could find, and everything, so, you know, I pretty much, if it would focus, so yeah, I pretty much just went and ground down all the little rust spots and tried to clean it up so I can put that conversion stuff on there. And then basically I'm going to put that conversion stuff on there and I'll let that dry and everything. And then I will follow up with primering the whole front of the engine bay and everything. So yeah, that's my plan, is put the conversion down, spray it with some just some 2K primer, get a nice couple coats of 2K primer on, probably give it a quick scuff. And then we'll get the paint. But that's gonna have to wait until after I get home. Right now I just really want to get the primer shot Monday so that the engine bay will be pretty much ready for paint when I get home. And then we can just lay some paint. And then once the paint's on there, and man, it's cold. You can see my breath. It is freezing in this garage right now. It's 32 degrees. I want to run my electric heater, but honestly right now it's kind of expensive, and I had like a $600 electric bill, and yeah, so yeah, we're going to have to hold off on running that thing right now. So I've been using propane. Anyways, don't have it, rambling, but it's cold as shit. So yeah, we're just trying to stay motivated and stay focused. But once this engine bay is painted and everything, then we can pretty much start with, like, I don't even know where I want to start. Well, I do know once the engine bay is painted, then I can go ahead and undercoat the wheel wells. Once the wheel wells are done, then I can go ahead and start putting the suspension and stuff back in, and then I can take the subframe. I'm not sure if I want to modify it yet or not. I do want to modify it to lower control arms because I want to get new spindles. So I'm pretty much going to bolt in the coilovers, and yeah, probably just the coilovers, honestly, until I figure out what I'm doing with the subframe and the knuckles. But either way, as you see, got my helmet on. We're gonna lay some stitches down. And, you know, let's just get into it. There's one side done. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one done. No point in you watching. You just watched me do it there. Pretty much I try to clean it up as best I can. You still have a little bit of that seam sealer in the seam, so as you've seen, it may catch fire a little bit. You blow it out. Got a fire extinguisher close. You always want to have a fire extinguisher close when you're doing some welding, because you never know what's gonna catch on fire. But either way, let me bust out this other side, and then pretty much I will be happy with the stitch welding and everything of the car in the front. I mean, I think that looks really nice, and I think it will give some structural rigidity to the chassis and everything like that. This old girl, you know, just keeping her going. Our little tray we made looking nice. I'm pretty happy with that overall too. To be honest, I've learned a lot while working on this. It's been a very informative project, and it's coming out very well, a lot better than I expected. So I'm really stoked and really happy with how nice it's coming out. Could it be better? Yes. Is there other people out there that could do it better? Yes. But I'm doing it in my garage, in this abyss of parts and everything, myself. I'm not paying anybody to do this, and I'm learning and having a good time and making videos for you guys. I mean, you guys get to follow along on my journey of rebuilding this car for the next drift season. It's taking longer than I thought. I'm really hoping I make the season. I mean, I know I'm going to make the season, but I think I'm going to be late to the start of the season. April is just too close. I'm leaving until March 5th, so that's just going to give me about a month until the start, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, once the engine bay is done, I still got to drop the engine in. I still got to paint, drop the engine in, all that stuff. But I still got to run brake lines. I still got to run fuel lines. I still got to tackle the interior of the car. I mean, there's rust holes in here that is going to need to be fixed. I really wanted to paint the cage. I still got to drop the subframe, do all the multi-link, put the subframe bushings. I mean, I got so much to do. It's just, is it one of those builds that kind of snowballed into I gotta do more, I gotta do more, I gotta do more? Not really. I had all this stuff already planned and I had it all sitting there. The problem really comes down to it just takes longer when you're working by yourself and you've got a full-time job and stuff. It just takes longer to do, you know. I already sacrificed all my free time to get content and to work on this vehicle, to get it drifting and everything like that. That, you know, it is what it is. I don't see the deadline getting met, but I do see us drifting in 2018. So I'm super excited for that. So we're just going to keep pushing. I'm just going to keep grinding, trying to get this car together. I'm really going to have to start looking at the bigger picture and going, does that really need done? Because you know, with our deadline coming up and with the season, I really want to hit more than 2 events this year. So you know, it's going to start coming down to, does that really need to get done, or is it going to be just fine without that? Because we might have to go that route and just start removing a few things from the build. You know, I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh, I want to do this because I'm already in this area and I'm already doing this. But if it's not a necessity, we may be having to start skipping a few of the things that I want to do and just do what I need to do. Either way, follow along. We're getting work done. I'm going to weld this other shit up so that we can go ahead and just start scuffing this bay and cleaning it tomorrow and painting it with primer on Monday. And I believe I've picked the color since nobody really commented or anything like that. And I said I wanted purple. I think I'm going with LP2 purple because, you know, I really like the color. It is a Nissan factory color. I can get it mixed up really easily, really cheap. It's not going to cost me a ton of money for pearl essence, this and all that stuff. You know, so I can get a quart like for 40 bucks, if that, and that should be enough for this engine bay. I can throw in a little flake in the clear coat, a little glitter in the clear coat, and get what I want. Either way, I think that's what we're going with. If you don't like it or got a better suggestion, comment down below, let me know. Otherwise, LP2, I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it. All right, guys, so we got that side done. We got that side done. So now everything is pretty much welded up except for our 2 little support thingies that go there that we're gonna have to re-weld because the bolts broke right there. So I put some weld through primer, I grinded it down to metal, put some weld through primer. I'm gonna let that dry. I can weld those back on at any time and everything, so I'm not too worried about doing that right now. I will probably put them on before I go to shoot primer. That way I don't have to primer them individually, but that way I can clean them up a little bit and everything before I you know, it'll be easier. I'll just clean them up and everything, then I'll weld them back on, and then I'll primer everything together. So now comes the tedious process. I'm just gonna start scuffing and everything like that. It's gonna be super fun. I hope you enjoy it. So let's just start with the time lapse. I don't even know. It's yeah, this is gonna take a while. So back to work. Alright, so far that's probably like 30 minutes, and I don't know, maybe you can see it's a little whiter than right there, but it's still a mess. So yep, back to work. It's like, get to work, because it's gonna take a while. So we're just gonna keep on pushing, keep on grinding, and just try to get this done. Alright guys, so, yeah, I shouldn't just, yeah, I don't know what I've been doing, honestly. Yeah, this is the extent I've made so far. Not scuffed up, kinda scuffed up. So, yeah, about that whole thing. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna get some drink. I'm going to try to see if I can find some sandpaper, a little coarser than the red Scotch-Brite. I kind of thought, you know, I usually just scuff up things with red Scotch-Brite, so I just thought, oh, I'll just grab some Scotch pads. I should have got the green one as well, because it's a little coarser, and it would have been good for some of these more, I don't know, tough areas that have this, like, stuff that's coated on there and just years of grime or whatever. But I know I have some sandpaper hidden away here. I'm gonna see if I can find some 400, some 320, something like that, a little bit more coarse, so I can try to speed this up a little bit, because yeah, it's taking forever. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So guys, I will say, anybody want to come over and help me sand or scuff up this engine bay? Much appreciated. I will buy pizza. I will supply refreshments of the alcoholic kind, if you're into that, or some Hawaiian punch, whatever. But yeah, basically this is the part I really hate. I think I was kind of maybe procrastinating on finishing up all the welding and whatnot of the engine bay, just because I really, in the back of my head, knew I did not want to sand. But yeah, we are getting it done slowly but surely. We're starting to make some progress. Getting up in this corner is going to be fun. Getting up in that corner is going to be fun. But we're starting to get the firewall cleaned up. We're getting the rails cleaned up. They're looking a lot better. We got this. I'm not going for show car. I'm not going to Bondo these scratches. I'm just scuffing it up, and I'm gonna lay some primer, and I'm gonna scuff the primer up, and I'm gonna lay the paint. Whatever defects there are, it is what it is. It is a race car. I just want some color. I want it to be nice. I want it to all be one shade instead of this. So, you know, it's just not worth the extra time and everything to try to clean it up. Like, am I going to Bondo these uneven strut tower patches? Nope. Nope. No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm going to, like I say, primer, sand, and paint. It's going to look great. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's going to look great. Is it going to be perfect? Nope. But it's a drift car. I'm probably going to smash it the first time I take it out. So whatever. Let's just keep sanding. I'll just keep updating you guys as I go. Because, yeah, it's getting kind of boring. Just, my arms are getting tired. Oh, brother. Why do I choose to do these types of things? I don't know. But we're fine. We're still making progress. We are still making progress. These corners, though, these corners are tricky. I'm trying to figure out something. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, the frame rails are all pretty scuffed up. The strut towers are pretty scuffed up. Core support, you know, I went ahead and sanded that down with a little bit coarser grit so it won't show as bad with all the little nicks and stuff. The primer will fill some of that in, and then we'll sand down the primer in the key areas to make the certain areas look really nice, like some of the top firewall area, the core support, the strut tower, stuff like that. You know, we'll go ahead and do a light sanding on that. The rest of the hidden areas, I'm not too worried about sanding the primer down too much. Just a quick scuff real quick to make sure that the paint adheres to it. But man, this is a tiresome job, man. Now I remember why I like to paint. Not sand, not prep, nothing. I like to paint because, yeah, I hate this part of body work and everything, but I love spraying paint and clear coat and everything. Not that I'm the best at it. I'm probably not. I really suck. I mean, just like everything, you know, but I have done some pretty sweet stuff. You know, if it was nice out, I'd show you the bumper on the Civic on the daily, the single slammer drama queen green bean machine. I painted that bumper. You should have seen it before I painted it. That bumper was just atrocious. It was some junkyard bumper, had been smashed, threw a little mud in it, threw a little spot putty in it, laid some primer, laid some paint, some clear coat, that glass looking fresh. So, I'm hoping that all this hard work is going to be, oh man, look at this bay. It's just awesome looking. You know, that's just, oh, it's so sweet. I'm so excited. I'm stoked. I mean, it's a big accomplishment for me. I mean, look at it, look at it. To think of what we started with, this is where we're at. I mean, I just can't believe it. We started, it was, I mean, insert picture of what we started with now. But yeah, so we're here. It's looking good. I'm super happy. I'm stoked. We're making moves 2018, trying to get this car ready. It's a long journey, but we're making it step by step. So what's left? Well, I gotta get some more supplies, or at least I gotta go through the sandpaper and stuff in my box up there, because I kind of tucked it away. I gotta get something a little coarser, and we're gonna go at this tomorrow. It's late. I'm closing out here. I'm heading inside. It's cold. I'm tired of being in the 20, 30 degree garage. But we have made some really good progress. We got all the stitch welding done. We got a very good start on the prep. So tomorrow is going to be more prep work. I probably won't film too much. I'm probably going to combine tomorrow's video and Monday's video together, and hopefully that will be finishing the prep and laying that gray goodness, that primer, that sealer, that stuff that everything is built up on. It's coming. So hopefully Monday we will be laying primer. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. You know, we're so close to that 100 subscriber mark, and every time I go to my YouTube and I just look at stuff, and you know, because I like to look at it and see if anybody's comment. I try to be active. Anyways, and I see that 91 subscribers. I think 9 more. 9 more and we will be at our goal. And that just makes me happy. Just to think that there's almost 100 people that have a small interest in my life and what I do makes me happy. And I do it to share. And I'm glad because, you know, I make these videos because I find it fun. It's really helped me grow as just a person and my own persona and just my, you know, everything. But it's just nice to share it with you guys. So, you know, it's like, so yeah, you know, you guys, even if you take 1 minute to watch a video, and you won't watch the other 15 minutes, or you watch the whole thing, which I greatly appreciate those that do watch the whole thing. I still appreciate you stopping by to check out Clutch Kicker Nation. And so yeah, here's to you. Thanks guys. I'll check you on the next one. See you in a couple days.